Let's talk about NFL MVP. Trent, what are your thoughts on what could potentially be the 2024-2025 NFL season MVP?
I feel like the easy cop out is Patrick Mahomes.
I would agree.
Um, but I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with CJ Stroud.
Okay.
I
All
think
right.
they are
I
going to
knew
be
Big Mo wasn't going to like that one.
they are going to be very good offensively. And I think that he's a solid enough quarterback. And he's accurate enough to make those big plays. I think he can, if they get to a certain point in the playoffs, I think because they do it after the playoffs, right? Or is it before playoffs they make that
I think
decision?
it's sometime they're kind of during. It's before the
Okay.
Super Bowl, I believe. But
I just think he's got some offensive power that could kind of guide those odds into his favor.
okay.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna go CJ.
it is a regular season award, yes. But
Okay.
all
Yeah,
right.
give me CJ.
Okay, Big Mo, what are you thinking?
I I am I'm going Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
I think he looks phenomenal right now.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be if he can. I think he had a great year last year. Um, I think he can. He's been an MVP once or twice before.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Didn't he
Yeah.
win it last year?
Did he win it last year? No.
Did he?
I think he did.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You keep talking, trying to look it up.
Oh, okay. Well,
He's
Dale's not in the house
hey,
again. Dale
hey,
got let go again, huh? Got sent
yeah,
home
no,
early.
Trent's doing producer Dale's job. Thanks,
He's a
thanks,
pig.
producer Dale.
No, if he won it last year, then I might change my pick. Maybe I didn't think he won it last year.
I think he
Yeah, he
did.
did. He
Yeah.
did.
He did.
Yep.
Holy
It was
crap.
him in 23. 22 was Mahomes. 21 was Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers went back to back.
Yeah.
Is this accurate?
That's right. That's right. He did.
Really? Well, there goes my CTE again. Jesus, Pete's. I'm
Why
changing
does
my
that?
pick. He's not winning back to back, so
Why not?
well, he could. I do think he looks like he's in great shape.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's poised to have another great year, but I just don't know if he can do back to back.
There's a couple guys that have gone back to back, so it wouldn't be crazy.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be crazy. All right, I'm going to stick with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
You don't
go.
have
Let's
to.
go Ravens.
All right. All right.
They're going to be good. They're going to be very good.
They are.
Well, you guys both picked quarterbacks, which is probably a good idea. I went back and I went back to like 1990. I went back to like 80, even 1980. And I don't remember from 1980, but from 1990, there's only been 7 non-quarterbacks to win the MVP. And all 7 of them were running backs. One of those 7 was Barry Sanders, and it was a co-MVP, I think, with a quarterback, Brett Favre. I think it was with Brett Favre. Maybe not. Anyway, it was a co-MVP with a quarterback. So since 1990, there's only been 7 non-quarterbacks. And again, they were all running backs. No wide receivers at all.
No.
And you got to go all the way back to 1986 to have a defensive MVP. Any guesses on who in 1986 won the MVP defensive player?
LT.
Yeah.
Big Mo. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm staring at it, so I can't say.
Lawrence Taylor. Now, I will say, and then I did go back into the 80s, and I don't remember, but I think that Lawrence Taylor won it, and then a kicker won it in the 80s, early 80s.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then I think and then correct me if I'm wrong, but I think all the other ones in the 80s were quarterbacks as well, I think. So,
yeah, Walter Payton in 80s.
Yeah, Walter Payton was 77, I think.
Yeah, Marcus Allen in 85.
Okay, so there was 3 then. 3
and then Thurman Thomas in 91.
Yes.
He was phenomenal for a couple of years.
He was one of the 7 then.
The Bills.
Going back all the way to 1980, there was only 10 total non-quarterbacks to win the MVP. So certainly this is a quarterback award. So, I immediately eliminate. I mean, a wide receiver is not going to win it. a running back could win it, but I think nowadays it's even more challenging for a running back to try to win it just because of the way the NFL is now. They don't. It's such a more of a passing style game now. And that's not to
Agree.
take anything away from the talent of the running backs, but the other thing is they get not only do they get less carries because of it's more passes, but a lot of teams utilize two running backs. So I feel like if you're a running back and you're going to win the MVP, you're going to need to get to like 1,800, 2,000 yards possibly. And with the amount of carries running backs get, I just don't see that being realistic. So with that being said, I also eliminated running backs. So then I started to think, okay, I don't want to pick Mahomes because it's kind of like the cliche pick. I think Lamar's a good choice. Trent, I like CJ Stroud's choice, but there's always that fear factor of the sophomore slump.
Yep.
So I want to pick him. So I'm going with who I believe will also go on to win the Super Bowl. And
Ooh.
that is quarterback Jared Goff.
Goff. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, can we I got we rewind for a second here back to the MVP because again I
Okay.
was not super comfortable with Lamar Jackson, and then
Okay.
Curt kind of it took him a while to get into the Jared Goff thing. Lions fan, woo! I will say this: as you were building up that moment,
Hey,
Curt,
hold on. I did a phenomenal job of that.
you did. I was very intrigued. I will say this: if the Lions have a great year, now it won't matter if they make a run in the playoffs because the MVP voting will be done.
Right.
But if they are successful, they probably win the North and probably have one of the better records in the league.
Yeah.
Gibbs, if he goes for 1,000 and 1,000,
Okay.
I like the chances of that happening.
Okay.
They'd have to be one of the top teams in the league, but it's only been done a couple times, I believe, in the NFL.
I thought of that too. And
Okay.
even though running backs don't
Well, I just wanted on camera and a video that I said this because the more I'm going to be rooting for the Lions,
yeah.
I just want to be able to go back and say I knew he was going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Again, he's one of those running backs that I was talking about that might not get a ton of carries because they also got David Montgomery. But if he can get, he could. They both could rush for 1,000 yards or close to it.
Exactly, and he could catch it a lot more.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So I that's one thing. That's why I would say even Christian McCaffrey, even in this climate of, passing in the NFL, because Christian McCaffrey catches a lot of passes and gets a lot of receiving yards. If you combine total yards and probably a ton of touchdowns, it's not out of the realm of possibilities that someone like him or Jahmyr Gibbs could win it.
True.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. True. Well, McCaffrey did it a few years ago. I think 1,000.
Okay.
But I don't think the Panthers were very.
They weren't good.
I don't know what their record was at that point.
But sure, they weren't relevant enough to have a MVP.
Probably not. That's why the Lions can compete like we all hope they will or think they will. I do think that if Gibbs can stay healthy, and he's got that chance because I do think they both Montgomery and him could get 1,000 yards rushing because that's how the Lions want to play.
Yeah.
I do think though that he could muster up that 1,000 yards receiving and really be a factor maybe in the race.
Yep.
I just want that on the record.
No, and now that you say that, I mean, you mentioned the Lions do kind of want to run the ball. Maybe they run it a little bit more than what the typical NFL team does this year. And now you got me thinking about my MVP pick because if David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs both get 1,000 yards, I think that then would mean that Jared Goff isn't getting enough of the pass attempts then to to maybe win the MVP. But
Well, that's
either
one
way,
reason.
let's-
That's one reason I didn't pick him because I was like, they like to run the
Okay.
ball too much. That's what got me thinking Gibbs.
Okay. But, potentially they could end up with the best record in the NFL and the quarterback of the best team in the NFL. That's a feather in their cap for MVP.
Yeah.
Don't want to
How
piss
about-
off Amon Ra though.
No.
Well, he's signed his contract. He's good to go.
Yeah, but you got to feed the beast,
But what about this? What would happen if Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery both got 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving? Could they be co-MVPs?
That'd be nuts.
I'm not going to go that far. But
Well, and then what if on top of that, Amon-Ra gets 1,000 yards receiving and
Which he
Sam
will.
Laporta gets 1,000 yards receiving. That would mean Jared Goff, just with those 4 guys, would have 4,000 yards passing. Maybe it's a 3 MVP.
yeah, it would be amazing for the Lions organization.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
Either way, let's be honest. One of the Lions is going to end up with the MVP.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah.